If it's okay, I'll call the Social Services Subcommittee meeting to order. And any disclosures of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none. Move on to 3 delegations, none scheduled. Number 4 is report of the manager of Ontario Works, the Housing Focused Street Outreach Program. That the title of reported Housing Focused Street Outreach Program is received for information. And I'll turn that over to Kim.
Thank you through the chair. I'm just going to do a quick introduction. I have Kelly on the line as well with me, and she is the supervisor, Kelly Stone, supervisor of Ontario Works and Homelessness, who does a lot of the operational work. And I've introduced, this is the manager of Children's Services, Darren Barkhouse, who started with us yesterday, and I just wanted to bring them in for the Social Services Committee today. And I wouldn't normally call on this for one report, but I think this is an important report to focus on with what we are seeing and what we are doing right now, as the visible homelessness is prevalent in our municipality right now. And we want to take a look at, as the winter months are coming, we have seen increased numbers. And what programs we're trying to put forward to help support individuals who are experiencing homelessness. So I'm going to try to connect the dots on a couple things here, but this is the report of where we're using some of our social service relief funding, and with a partnership with Choices for Change, United Way and Stratford Police, we are looking at hiring 2 outreach workers who will focus on the street outreach. So, which mainly we have seen in the downtown core or outside within the business areas. These positions will work not the Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, but we'll have work into the evenings and Saturdays, as with Sunday, Monday, and on-call feature. The way we've leveraged the partnerships with this is Stratford Police had received some funding that we could put towards a vehicle, so that the outreach workers will have a vehicle that will have the hygiene kits and a multitude of food items or what supports that will be needed. And they will be able to work in an outreach capacity. And ideally, we will see also with these positions some education for business owners as well. What to do in situations, how best to handle it. As we're linking this outreach that we hope to fund, the 2 outreach will work with Choices for Change. We will see ideally the Connection Center open, which will be another area that people can go for warming through the winter. So lack of a warming center, but we're going to call it a connection center. And through that, and that's through the United Way Choices for Change and SSRF as well, we're hoping to have it more of a one-stop shopping area where supports will mobilize in one area. And through that, people in need of housing and supports can attend there. Ideally, we'll have showers and laundry facilities, as well as support staff on site to help make the connections that are needed to the resources available. Giving them a chance to rest as well, ideally access the supports that they'll be needing. Some of the partners that we're looking at for this will be outreach staff, nurse practitioner, the paramedics, and the outreach workers as well. We also have learned that the Salvation Army is not going to continue on with the Housing Resource Center they had. So we're looking to RFP that and ideally put that service as well within this context of this hub. So those are the things that we are currently looking to enhance the services and ideally meet the needs of individuals who are vulnerable within our municipality at this time. So that's what's moving forward. I am hoping that this addresses and meets the needs of the people that are in need of these services, and help them with the ideally the goal is rehousing, right? Is support them in rehousing, so permanent housing. And the big focus as of late seems to have been the fact that a lot of this is still happening after hours, and how do we expand these services to accommodate their needs when it is not Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. So that's how we were looking at with these two positions. So I'm available for any questions. I just want to make sure I've hit everything on that I have. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So any questions? Glad to take.
So this idea of a connection center or a hub, would it be similar to a warming center that is only when the temperatures are X, or is it something that's going to be a little more permanent in terms of hours? And is it going to be is it going to be in Stratford and a couple of other locations? Is it a mobile kind of thing? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
Through the chair, thank you. So it will be, no, ideally it is going to run. We're not sure whether it will be 5-6 days a week. The hours will probably be about 1 to 4, 1 to 5 is what we're estimating at this time. It will be in a set location, is what we're looking at. When you say mobile, that's more so, yes, there will be a mobile capacity to it, because, Choices for Change will be running the connection center, warming center, but the mobile capacity also, it will be the 2 outreach workers that we're hiring through Choices for Change. And I would say they are mobile because they will have the vehicle. They will be down in the business areas where we are seeing the extra attention needed.
So is there the possibility, so because if it's, let's say, centralized, but there, like, let's say there's someone, let's say in Listowel or Mitchell, or someone who would like access to this, is there the possibility of linking them into the bus system, or some way for them to access it that doesn't involve having to figure out a ride?
Yes, so through the chair, we are working on a similar project in Listowel as well. So there will be a location in Listowel. And then for other areas unidentified that will need transportation support, will definitely be there to transportation supports are available for this.
Anybody else have any questions? Jody?
Thank you. Yes, I'm really happy to see this service expanding. So I just wanted to maybe ask a question for clarity. During the day, we already have this type of service or something like it that, so this would be an expansion of something that we're already doing. Is that correct?
Through the chair, yes. So we currently have, just on city staff, we have 3 outreach alone. We have other community partners that have outreach as well. But we have 3 outreach that are working with those individuals at this point that are in need of housing or vulnerable, has housing vulnerability.
Well, I think it's very timely. It's getting cold out, and it's interesting. I just had a call last night around 7 o'clock from a lady. She was trying to help a friend who was 70. Him and his dog are living in a truck. His wife had just passed away and had nowhere to live, and she was trying to reach out and what to do. So I gave her the phone numbers, and she said, I think he's already on the housing list for emergency. So I wanted to clarify something in my head. So somebody's living in their truck and they're homeless, and somebody offers to have them come and stay at their house, or maybe they can stay at a bed and breakfast for a while, or the Rose Court or something. Does that affect how they are on the list? No?
Through the chair, no, it's an asset and income-based income, so no. Oh, homelessness is a priority status though.
Right.
But in the same breath, what you're talking about is still precarious housing. It's temporary, so it
Right.
does not affect.
Okay, because, like he's obviously too old to go to shelterland, but I told her that, we have some different hotels, we put them up, and sometimes transient housing in different places. She goes, so what happens to somebody like this as the winter comes? Where do they go? What do they do?
So,
And,
so through the chair, if I mean, someone presents at our office that is homeless, we attach them to an outreach worker, and we have emergency accommodations available to them.
okay.
Pending there's, yeah, so that's our goal is to rapidly rehouse them. We look at different things, what alternatives is their friends, is their family, what type of support. So it's not just an automatic way you go into a motel type of situation. We look at all aspects of it to try to support them. And if we're unable to do that, then we do look at local motel system.
Okay, I just thought it was strange that it sounded like she was getting the facts to be sort of third hand. So she didn't know the whole story, but she was going to get back to this other person to let them know. And she thought that they had gone and applied to be on emergency housing. And I said, well, I find it very strange that he would have been offered a place to go. So I don't know whether there was a mix up in the message or what, but it's very timely.
Through the chair, there also there is requirements of engagement and there some people may have some service restrictions due to past history. However, generally speaking, that they're still working with outreach.
That's what I explained to them, that sometimes there's different circumstances. But, some of the people that call me in, I said, all I basically do is let the director know. Because I said the Privacy Act, we're not entitled to know that stuff. All we can do is lead them to where they can get some help. Has there been any progress working with Indowell?
Through the chair, no, we haven't been. We've had contact with them, but we have nothing more information receiving at this point.
Okay. I wish some more funding would come through so we can build some more units and get people accommodated, or even, take over something that's already there and get it adapted so we can get some more people in. See all kinds of different things that are going on, like tent cities and tiny homes and different projects around in the bigger areas, of course, but it's more money, right? So.
Through the chair, what I can continue to reiterate is what I'm hearing in the provincial calls. This is a serious problem in every municipality throughout the province and throughout Canada at this point. We are seeing large numbers of individuals experiencing chronic homelessness. And so we're managing within our municipality, but every other municipality throughout the province is the numbers have greatly increased.
Yes, it's very sad. I feel so helpless, like I gave her some ideas of places like the local to go. I said, I don't know if they're doing meals and I don't know if the churches are doing meals right now. And I said, some people even donate when they go to the meals because they're just lonely and they want to go to the meals and be with other people, right? And I explained how there was an advocate at the local, but I said, I'm not sure exactly what all they're offering right now because of COVID. I think they're a bit more open, but I told them about this House of Blessing, Salvation Army, and different things. Or her, the lady that called to tell him. So she wrote all the stuff down. So, I just get worried. And I did explain that in the winter, we have in the past expanded how long they could stay in the hotel when it's really cold nights. So.
Yes, through the chair that we support them. And obviously, we are cognizant, very cognizant, and worried about the cold weather coming.
Sorry, I'm talking away here and I'm muted. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Well, can I have a mover for the motion? Kathy and Jody is seconding it. All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much for that report, and glad to hear you working so hard on things still and taking care of people, and welcome to the new manager of Children's Services. I guess if that's everything, is there anything else anybody wanted to bring up? Oh, looking for adjournment then. Jody and Kathy. All right. All in favor? Carried.